Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. Now in this video we're going to be discussing the Spyro Reignited Trilogy being leaked by Nintendo themselves on their UK retailer website, and also gives a big hint at what Nintendo is really up to here. So let's go ahead and get started. So earlier today in the morning, the current worst kept secret in gaming is the Spyro Trilogy. So this morning Activision confirmed, and they've had a trailer of the game announced for the PS4 and Xbox One, and they did not announce the Nintendo Switch version of the game, and they announced it that is coming on September 21st, 2018, and they showed a very impressive trailer. The game looks very good. The original games are totally remade, the graphics are completely redone, it looks like a very high quality effort, and all three games look highly polished. Many fans were wondering, hey, you know, I thought the Switch version was also rumored to be coming as well. People were a little bit upset because they assumed that the PS4 version would be exclusive at first, and then the Xbox One and Switch version would come later, similar to the Crash trilogy that was just released. They did so first on the PS4, and they didn't say anything about any other versions, and all of a sudden they announced it for Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch. So it was a very weird day in terms of this kind of thing going on, and this was just the absolute worst kept secret that I can possibly remember in recent history, because this game was teased so much without them actually saying anything that it really became annoying to a lot of the fans. They wished that they would just announce the game already and be done with it, right? But then of course a lot of fans were repeatedly asking on Twitter, hey, where is the Switch version? Come on, put it on the Switch, and all that kind of usual stuff when a Switch version is not announced. Fans kind of get upset and keep asking. Now later on that morning or early afternoon, this image appeared on Twitter from one of the users who posted it, who went on the Nintendo UK online retailer website, and Nintendo had up online live pre-orders for the Spyro Trilogy on the Nintendo Switch. They had a full description, they had all kinds of details in the game, and you could pre-order it for $39.99 on their online retailer page. So when I first saw this, I thought this was a joke, because this is Nintendo's own website in the UK. You know, they usually don't make these kind of mistakes. In fact, I can't even remember the last time that they made a mistake like this as far as posting something online for you to be able to buy from a game that is not even released or announced for the Nintendo Switch or a previous Nintendo console. And this does not appear to be intentional, because it was removed about an hour later after it was up. They went back and removed it from the site, and that page no longer exists. But we've had the photographic evidence that it was there, and the link did work. I tested the link myself, it was very real, and Nintendo was very aware of what happened. People were asking, was this a mistake? You know, was the game really not coming to the Switch after all, and they just put it up there by accident? I'm going to say right now that no, this was not a mistake. This game is coming to the Switch, just that for some reason Nintendo did not let Activision announce this game today, or vice versa. But it seems like Nintendo maybe has something to do with it here, because obviously the game is coming, we know that already. They may have asked Activision to be quiet about the game for a little while longer until they are ready to announce it. And we know that because IGN interviewed the developers for the Spyro Trilogy today, and they were asked about a PC version and a Switch version, and all they said is that we cannot comment on that. And then they moved on to the next topic. So usually when a developers ask about a Switch version, they say that, oh, you know, we have nothing planned at this time, or we are not making the game on Switch, we like the Switch, but we're not going to bring it to it. Usually they don't say no comment. No comment means like NDA is going on here, right? We have no comment about that, we can't say anything about it. And they said that right before the game popped up online, that they weren't able to comment on it. Seems pretty obvious to me that the game is coming to Switch. Of course, we don't know yet the release date. And then another user on Twitter took a step further and went on to the Nintendo customer service online retailer portion of their site, asking about the Nintendo Switch version of this game. And they were told by the customer service agent that the game is coming to Switch, but they don't have a release date for it. So there you have it. You know, it's basically confirmed, but not confirmed and not talked about, but it kind of is, and we know about it already. So what exactly is Nintendo doing here, and what does this reveal about what their plans are and how they reveal games for the Switch? Well, basically what this tells me is that Nintendo is doing what many fans have assumed they have been doing for the past few years, and I'm not sure if I really like this idea personally, but I think this is what they're doing. Since these multi-platform games get announced quite a bit for other systems, Nintendo may want to have the spotlight just on their version of Spyro for the Nintendo Switch, separated from the other consoles. Usually these games are announced day and date with all the other systems. And a lot of Switch games, like indie games and things like that, have been announced day and date with other consoles as well. But this seemed like an obvious pullback from Nintendo, telling Activision to hold up, we're going to announce it in our Nintendo Direct later, and then fans can get excited for it. And what this also does, it's a mental strategy by Nintendo on their fans. So basically when a game gets announced for PS4 and Xbox One, say the next Call of Duty or Battlefield, this actually mentally can leave hope in Nintendo fans' minds that a port of those games would be coming to the Switch later, because as we know, just because it wasn't announced on day one doesn't mean it's not coming to the Switch. How many times have we heard that, right? Now, more times than not, when a company does say it is not coming to the Switch, or they have no plans to bring it to the Switch, when they do say those words, usually the game does not come to the Switch. We have seen that, right? In this case, it's kind of weird, and of course with the Crash Trilogy, it's kind of weird. These things have happened, and the games were held back for later, and then all of a sudden announced and released for the Switch. Personally, I would rather have these multi-platform games announced day and date with the other consoles, because then you know exactly what you're getting, and many people do own PS4s and Xbox Ones and a Nintendo Switch. So if they already know they're getting it on PS4 but not the Switch, they may put their pre-order money down on those versions of the game, and then when the Switch version gets announced later, they may have already purchased the other version of the game, and they'll be like, hey, well, if I would have known about it on the day and date it was announced, I would have reserved the Switch version of the game. So I understand both sides of it. Nintendo wants to hype their product on their own Nintendo Direct, but you also can't get the mainstream audience to see those games unless you announce them day and date with the other games as well, because usually Nintendo Directs are watched by Nintendo fans. If Nintendo wants to expand their audience and get those fans who are gaming on PS4, and get them to come and play their system, they're going to want to announce these games day and date so everyone knows about it at the same time and can get ready to purchase those games day and date with the other companies. So that's just my thought on it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Nintendo is purposely holding back these games so they can announce them separately? And do you think that's a good idea? Or would you rather have Nintendo, instead of hiding these games, announce them day and date with the other consoles? Because quite possibly that could reach a wider range of audience who is perhaps looking for the multi-platform port on the Switch to decide whether or not they might even buy the system. So it's a very interesting discussion and development that happened today. Again, let me know what you think about it. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And I'll talk to you guys very soon in the next video. Have a great day.